Hello and welcome to the All Nuclear channel. I wanted to talk about something today that's a little bit different angle-wise than some of the previous subjects where I have focused more on analog signal path, using a turntable, sound having to do with speakers, equipment, but coming from an analog source, a turntable. Today I wanted to discuss digital because digital is still an important part of the listening source for me. I still like to listen to digital. I prefer compact disc over Spotify, streaming. I'm not really a fan of streaming. I do when I'm researching music, when I want to hear stuff that I don't have. I like to use Spotify or other digital platforms as a tool because then if I like something, I might go and seek out the physical media and buy something, a vinyl record or a CD for certain titles that I feel like I don't want to spend a lot of money on, but I want to enjoy them in a way that still has some physical presence. I do enjoy the artist statement and the idea of having a physical product. And the sound, I feel, is better than streaming. And I attach to it more than just listening over a digital streaming signal, regardless. Not the main point here. The main point I wanted to elaborate on has to do with a recent upgrade I made to my other system, my bedroom system, which is more for relaxation. I'm not listening at high volume. I might be reading. Whatever it is, it's kind of a place for me to just listen to music in a very relaxed state, and it's just an alternative to my main system, which is more for the vinyl, and I've invested much more money in it. But because of the budgetary constraints that I've given myself, I guess you could say, I just didn't want to spend a lot of money to have something else to listen to alternatively. What I did is basically some of the equipment I already had, which I wasn't using, I decided to use again, namely a very, very old, almost 40 years old, a Carver solid-state amplifier, which you can see here, and a 1240 NAD preamp. And I will say that both of these components, coupled with the recent purchase of the Martin Logan 15i speakers, is heavenly. It really sounds really tremendous. I have to say, the sound is just as pleasurable for me as my big system. It serves a different purpose, but the clarity and the crispness and the power level everything is very compatible. These speakers are very well powered by this amplifier, and the sound is wonderful. That being said, let's now focus on the source of the sound. The main idea here being digital, you can spend a lot of money on a compact disc player. You can also spend very little on a compact disc player. A lot of us have Blu-ray players that we've had for years that play CDs. Now, these are still made today, and I have found that using a Blu-ray, DVD Blu-ray player that plays compact discs, the sound quality is good without fancy cables, without spending a lot of money. The one I've got here, I spent $80 on Amazon. I don't even want to discuss the brand. It's not important. I'm not trying to market a product as much as I want to make a point. You can spend thousands of dollars on a high-end compact disc player, or you can spend 80. Are you getting good value by spending a lot of money on a digital music player? I'm finding, which is very interesting to me, with a mid-level Rotel CD player, which I do have for my main system, This $80 CD, DVD drive, plays Blu-rays, reads anything. All CDs, no skipping errors, nothing. I'm getting more errors on the Rotel, which was a $600 appliance. This is $80. There's no measurable sound improvement that I'm hearing from the Rotel. The Rotel is a nice piece of gear, but this thing is like a little dynamo. It works incredibly well. Without any added fussing around with, upgrading, cables and equipment, I'm getting a great sound from this little system using vintage gear combined with a few new pieces of gear. So, is there some smoke and mirrors then? I mean, when you think about marketing a CD player, there's a lot of marketing where they discuss using better converters and, this research has gone into this and this particular person designed this to be, comparable to very expensive CD players. And yet I go and I just say, I want to just buy something really inexpensive just so I can listen to CDs in another room. And I go and I purchase this and it sounds incredible. And it plays anything. No issues. So what do we gather from this? I just want to make the point that I don't think you need to spend a lot of money on a digital music player to get good sound. And there might be something to the idea that a Blu-ray player might give you even better stability when playing audio, because the mechanics are designed to play audio visual, and there are some differences, and you might end up getting a better solid sound coming from a Blu-ray player that plays CDs. This is all debatable, but the point being is that I'm pretty particular about sound, and with the 15i Martin Logan vintage equipment and this very, very moderate and very low priced Blu-ray player, I'm getting very dynamic and great sound from compact discs. So just some food for thought. Everything's debatable, but the idea that if you want something that's going to deliver compatibility of components is always very key. You don't have to spend a lot of money to get something that's going to satisfy you. So this all happened by, happenstance. It wasn't really planned. I just had stuff that I already had, wasn't using, happy to use it again. It sounds so good. I can't believe this really old stuff was built so well. It was built to last. It's solid. That NAD preamp also has a really good internal phono stage, and I'm getting about 120 watts of power from the Carver. Whatever it is, it all works well together, and I didn't have to spend a lot of money. So that's the idea. Whatever it is that adds up to the pleasure of good sound is good enough for me. And you don't always have to spend money on extra things, on cables, expensive additions. It doesn't always add up to better. And in this case, even if it was random, it will show you, and it hopefully will, it shows me that stuff that is built well doesn't have to necessarily be top of the line, and this little DVD Blu-ray is doing the trick. So that's what I have to say. Be well, and I hope you get something out of this video. Just a little adjunct to all the talk on higher end stuff, not very high end, but definitely much more expensive, and the idea that you can still get equal joy from less expensive and put together sound systems if they just appeal to your ear and the compatibility between components is working. So that's what I have to say today. Have a pleasant day, night, wherever you're at, and take care.